blame, you net it.
I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Married it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some Misha, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Married it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some Misha, stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Taking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the farm, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. Some Misha, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some Misha, stick it in the ballroom.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP.Money. My name is AJ, I'm the team lead and your host today. This is our daily live AMA and Detonator rollover event, our Detonator and Reactor rollover event. Man, I'm gonna have to get used to saying that. We're gonna kick things off here shortly. Again, sorry for the delay, but we've been going non-stop today. And I'm joined by my co-host with the most, Bull Gates. Bull, how are you, brother?
Good, bro. Let's get into Reactor because we got 3 minutes, 40 seconds left.
Yes, brother, no doubt. So give me one moment. Let me get my desktop.
I'll rip through it then.
Yes, go ahead, bro, while I pull it up. Thank you, Bull.
All right, bro. You're welcome. Reactor. This is a Reactor raffle, Reactor rollover, Reactor raffle rollover, whatever you want to say, the 3 R's. But it is a 365% ROI contract. ROI not to be confused with APR, meaning you deposit in $1, you're going to get $3.65 over time. And so there are a couple mechanics here. That's eShare BNB LP, slightly different than the Detonator, but really almost all the same mechanics in place here. We have the Win It Now button, which is 2% of the pool balance. You deposit that, you're going to be matched that. There's the largest depositor, which is now cumulative. So if somebody deposits more than you, you can still beat them by adding more to your deposit. And so that's up to 3% of the pool balance. Currently, the largest snipe right now, our deposit is 2.69 LP, criminally low. And so there is a minimum of 20 LP for the winner of the largest deposit, and also the lottery winner, or the raffle winner, excuse me. We can have multiple raffle winners depending upon how large that largest depositor goes. And so, like I said, again, that is eShare BNB LP. 50 tickets can be deposited. 50 can be compounded. Compounding is you just hitting compound and rolling the interest you earn from your deposited amount back in. That will cost you 0.4 LP. Depositing to get 50 ticket will be 0.5 LP of eShare BNB. And so the pool is growing like amazing. It's 1.8 million, 609 users. So I think we're up about 20 users or so. So really good. Let me see, ticket count today, 4,457. Multipliers in effect. If you deposit in Detonator, how much time we got left? I better be careful.
A minute 30. You got it, Bull. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So in 1 hour, when Detonator rolls over, you're going to be able to deposit or compound over there and get a bonus in the Reactor. So you'll have 23 hours to be able to do that, to take advantage of that multiplier bonus. But to get a Reactor deposit bonus, you're going to have to deposit in Detonator. If you want a compound bonus in Reactor, you're going to have to compound in Detonator. So just so that's clear. So 1 minute, boom, Okay.
Yes, you did it, Bull. Amazing, man. Thanks, brother. We are now screen sharing, so everybody can follow along. Again, everybody make sure you're compounding last minute here. The way the contract works, if you do not claim or compound, those rewards are given back to the pool. So that doesn't mean that you miss out on those rewards, just the time it takes to get those rewards. But it's very healthy for the contract, and we're at 2.3. I'm sorry, 2,374 LP at about $1.8 million in the contract and climbing. Here we go, 20 seconds. Good luck, everybody. If you are the winner, we would love to celebrate with you in the Telegram or here on YouTube. So, all right, good luck. There's a little snipe. 5 LP. We'll see if that holds up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Oh my gosh.
4, 3,
See?
2, 1, 0. 5
Amazing.
LP. Is he going to take it? Let's refresh.
5,280 tickets.
8.1.
All right, 8.1. Thank you, Charlie. So we'll look at it again for those of you that want to see it yourself. You can watch the on-chain data or go down here on the website for those of you that are not on-chain experts. View largest.
And the winning now is gone. The winning now was taken.
All right,
wow.
winning now already taken. Holy cow, we'll talk about that next. All right, so we go to largest deposits, go to yesterday, and as you can see, we have a 1.3, a 2.6, a 5.1, and an 8.1. So congrats to all them. Again, the data volume coming in, it incentivizes the pool balance to continue to grow. But even that 8.1 snipe won 20 LP with the minimum. So congrats to them. And all right, let's see. The win it now, yes. So again, some of you asked where the win it now button is. We are looking to add it a little more obviously, but we don't even need to because people are hitting it so fast. So you can go to win it now, right here, and yeah. So 47 LP. Tomorrow it will be more because it's based on 2% of the pool balance. If you're able to deposit that much, you get a matching bonus. It's only claimable once per day, but that adds a substantial amount to the contract. And again, Reactor and Detonator and these style of contracts, they're not a Rails game, even though some people say they are, because when we get those larger deposits, that is boosting the pool balance. So all of you are able to actually realize your gains, and the pool balance stays very, very healthy. So it's all designed on purpose, and we've had major, major success. Again, almost 1.9 million in the contract in the last and 10 minutes before rollover. So pretty amazing. All right, Bolt. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my desktop. Give me 1 minute here. Anything else you want to say about Reactor?
No, it's awesome. Well, of course, you know me, AJ, I have a big mouth. I can speak all day long. And so,
yes, that's
yeah,
what I love about you. Go ahead, Bull. Yeah.
No, I don't think, I think everybody's sick of hearing me go off about like how awesome Reactor is. I know we're going to be doing an AMA tonight with Yuta Man over on Gosu TV. He's a Korean DeFi channel over there, and really awesome. So he always shows up on the YouTube here, always shows up in the channel. So go over there, support the gentleman, support that channel. And the channel is in Korean, so get your Google translators out and participate in that community. It's the cool thing to do. And so I would encourage everybody to, obviously be reaching out to influencers that you watch and tell them, we are working on an influencer reward pool specifically for influencers. The mechanics of that are still being worked out, but I think the influencers are going to be very happy with what's set up and their ability to win that little influencer raffle or lottery reward, whatever you want to call it. But I think there's some amazing things in the works here. We're already seeing, there's a lot of talk in the Army today about things that are, kind of coming up. We just got off the Splinterlands tutorial, really long, really in depth. I think a lot of people are maybe overwhelmed a bit, but it's like anything. It looks complicated on the surface, but once you get your hands in there and play around with stuff, you'll figure it out. Nothing's too complicated. Everybody in this audience is extremely bright. So I have very high hopes that people will figure it out. I have high hopes that people will figure out how the reactor is going to benefit the ecosystem tremendously in locking away that LP and, creating scarcity, creating utility, and its ability to actually help peg, boost peg up, which is, I think, on a lot of people's minds. But just remember, everything on that side of the ecosystem is eShare, and you can use that to support peg, right? Treasury can use that to support peg. You can use that to build profit. You can use that to build the EMP ETH LP. You can, there's so many different combinations of good things happening here, from Detonator as a service to Reactor, just, launching. I mean, look, this is day 11, I think, and the Reactor win it now button has been hit 11 times in a row. And so that's an instant boost for the treasury. The win it now on Detonator is a boost for the treasury. And just for the new people that haven't been here, because we used to speak on this all the time, the treasury is the ecosystem. The ecosystem is the treasury. The treasury is always going to move in the benefit of the ecosystem to grow it in the healthiest, sustainable manner, because as owners of the ecosystem, we want to see the ecosystem grow. And so, what's better, how is that better accomplished by giving everybody, 5,000 people $1? Or is it better off being accomplished by, investing it into the protocol itself and, using that to grow the protocol so that $5,000 becomes $10,000, et cetera. I'm not a math major, but that one's fairly easy to figure out. And so, when people really look at the power of what the reactor has and holds for the ecosystem, I think people are going to be really, it's going to take some time. And, you messaged already, AJ, about the short-term volatility and people selling certain assets to, move into Reactor, eShare, BNB, people moving out of eShare and getting out of the ecosystem and depressing the price a little bit about eShare. But in everything that's ever happened here, lower prices on something mean there's a greater opportunity, a cheaper cost for you to get into something if you believe, and you've seen it in action. If you don't believe, I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of 8% a day projects out there that will tell you that, and then they'll scam you and they'll be gone in a week or 2 weeks. Your choice. But if you look at what's available here, the ability to earn consistently and not have to, look at that boardroom being on, off, and with the ability of what Reactor can bring to the system is to consistently keep the boardroom on and protect peg. Is it going to be an overnight process? No, because nothing worth waiting for in life is. You have to work for it and you have to see it in action, right? And so if somebody just came in and dumped $1 million in here and recovered peg, the chances are we would be, exactly like we are right now, in 3 weeks. People would be like, well, why? What happened to peg? When peg recovery? The problem is we have people, that aren't utilizing the system in the manner that's beneficial for the system. And right now you have the opportunity to rebalance your portfolio, move funds out of junk projects that you're in, and put it into Reactor, into eShare BNB, and have the ability to earn day after day after day and become an owner of an ecosystem that cares about the growth of the ecosystem. And why is that important? Because you are the ecosystem. Once you're here, once you're invested, you want to see the ecosystem grow, because why? You hold the assets of the ecosystem currently. We have eShare and we have EMP. You want to see those appreciate in price. If you're selling EMP and you're holding both EMP and eShare, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're losing value in your portfolio, and it's your fault. I will sell shame you, because you cannot ask when peg, and then I look at your wallet and you're selling EMP. So if you're one of the people that bought eShare at 1,500 and you're talking about when peg, stop selling or stop selling EMP. That's when peg. It's when you, because you're the owner. The things you do here matter. Don't talk about what other people should do when you should do those things. Because that's how we recover peg. We learn how to use the system, because the system works really, really well when you treat it accordingly. When you sell EMP and other people follow you doing that, and you ask, well, why is the price going down? It's pretty obvious why. Because people are selling. But the real key thing in all of this is that Reactor is a brand new thing. It's going to take people to understand what's available there to take profit from, to help build peg back up, with the partnerships that AJ has lined up, with Detonator as a service being lined up. There is a tremendous amount of pressure building to really jettison back towards peg. And do I know exactly how quickly that's going to happen? No. Am I concerned about that? No. Because I consistently earn every single day, because I'm in all of the farms. I am in the Detonator, I'm in the Reactor, and I really, do I want to recover peg? Yes. Because what what I think is going to happen. We're going to see people being able to profit tremendously and build their portfolios right now, because that LP is cheap. They're going to be able to look at that. And then as peg gets recovered and the boardroom gets turned back on, they're going to be like, holy shit. Like, I'm not only just earning on the boardroom where I thought peg was the most awesome thing ever and the boardroom is on. I actually have funds because of the synergy between the eShare BNB farm and Reactor, the ability for you to multiply your gains with the appreciation of eShare, because it's locked, it's scarce, it has more utility. You're going to have the ability to pair up with all that EMP you have coming off the boardroom, instead of being one of those people that, will sell it. You're going to be able to build your LP position, because why do you want to sell your ETH position right now when ETH is cheap? Wouldn't you rather wait, to make sure that you're taking advantage of the rise in price of ETH? Why do you want to lock in, your losses, so to speak, or lower returns on the bottom of a bear market? That doesn't really make any sense. If you give into fear, I understand why you do it. You're fearful. But, nobody is making you lock in those losses. It's fear. It's you pressing that button to sell. It's you following, other people over that red candle cliff. And it doesn't matter right now if the price of ETH goes up or down. We're here to build LP units. It doesn't matter if BNB goes up or down. We're here to build LP units on eShare BNB. And now we have another option to do that with. And so when you look at that and you have a long-term plan, you're going to tell yourself like, oh, okay, stacking LPs is the way to accomplish this. And because you have another vehicle in the system to be able to put dry powder aside, if you see a dip, in the future, if you have some technical analysis ability, you watch somebody that seems, fairly accurate with technical analysis, and you're putting a little bit of dry powder aside every day, $10, $20, $50, whatever it is. ETH is what, 1630 right now. Maybe you're that guy or that gal that's putting a little bit of that dry powder aside from the sale of your eShare. I don't know. But when you see a dip, then you're able to, DCA back in, because, you planned, you knew what to expect, and you're like, okay, cool. Because you know what to expect, you're no longer fearful. And even when you know what to expect, you're still a little bit fearful, but you might have seen it so many times. You're just like, okay, this is the same thing over and over and over. It's people panic selling. It's people locking in their losses, etc. But if we really, look at what's available to us here, nobody's saying PEG doesn't matter. Everybody knows that PEG matters because the vast majority of people don't come to the AMAs. They don't look at anything but PEG. So when PEG, the best thing about us being under PEG right now is that it's a cheap entry into the LP. If you have dry powder, if you have an underperforming project, you come back in, you help recover PEG or just increase your position in some part of the system. Maybe it's in Reactor, maybe it's in eShare BNB. I don't know. But when you do that, you'll be like, okay, you have conviction that the system works because you've seen it work, and you're not relying on other people to fear you into selling and locking in those losses. And a great thing here at the system is with everything in the community, all the tools at your disposal, you can make up all these, all your own choices with an educated, opinion about something, because nobody hides, how the market is. Nobody, pulls everybody has to say not financial advice. True. But everybody can glean from that, like, hey, you have to make your own decisions because only you know your own circumstances. And when you do that and you really take responsibility for the things you'll do, you'll be like, okay, shit. I have a lot of power to do the things that I want to do here. And how do we make the APRs higher? How do we do this? How do we do that? Well, you know what? All that information is here. All of it is available for us. All of it is available to us for free. All you have to do is show up. And for the people that don't show up, that's our job to try to find other avenues to reach the people that don't show up, so that they understand that PEG isn't the end all be all here. PEG is the Christmas, kind of that Christmas prize or Christmas present that you're waiting for because you saw your mom and dad bring home that big box, 2 weeks earlier. And you're like, oh boy, what's in there? And the reality is we have the tools to be able to recover that. But people need to understand how we recover it, why it's been recovered, and how we maintain it. And if it just gets bought back now, it's not going to be, it'll potentially be the same exact situation. People selling off, and then, in the chat saying, oh, when PEG recovery, when this, and, what's the problem with PEG? The problem is mentality, right? People fearfully doing things because they think economics have changed. And the reality is nothing has changed except for we got Reactor, and it adds an incredible element to help us protect the LP and earn in the system. And that doesn't mean, like I said, I'll keep reiterating it. It doesn't mean that the boardroom or PEG isn't important. But the boardroom is an incredible bonus when we recover PEG, especially when we learn how to utilize this new piece of the puzzle.
Absolutely, Bull. Again, awesome deep dive. I know my voice, I've been on a call all day today. We had a huge Swindlelands training, which we'll talk about that. So I appreciate you doing a deep dive. This was supposed to be our AMA with Grow DeFi.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, no. That's great, Bull, because they're not here. So no, amazing job, Bull. Again, me and you are on the same wavelength. You're always filling in the gaps. So Grow and Prep and Hypermine, their team lead Ghost had some technical difficulties at the last minute. So this was going to be the AMA with them. We have announced the partnership with them. They will be our second in line for Detonator as a service. Again, this was bullish for not only their ecosystem by locking up liquidity in the Grow BNB pool, but it will also be extremely beneficial for EMP as well, because we'll get a portion of fees. And on top of that, we also are advertising their launch of XPrep, which is a new token in their ecosystem, and that will also lead to more investment into EMP. So again, unfortunately, their Ghost was not here. Ghost ghosted us. Oh, there you go. Anyway, he was really sorry. Again, I've been talking to him all day. He's been having technical difficulties, so he'll be here hopefully tomorrow we have another AMA with MDB, so I don't think we're going to be able to do it tomorrow, but probably Saturday. So this is one of the few times that I'm going to be here tomorrow as well for the AMA, because it's a really important AMA with MDB again. So again, partnerships galore, lots of alpha dropping. But yeah, thanks for going along on that, Bull, because not only is it super important, but that again fills in the time that we wouldn't have had with Ghost and again Grow DeFi not being here. So all right, what else? So yeah, Detonator service and how this helps Peg. So like I said a little bit about rolling this partnership out. We have a major announcement as our first partner. Hopefully, I was hoping to have that ready by tomorrow. We may have to push it out another few days, but that is going to be massive. The second partnership again is with Growth DeFi. Grow DeFi there again. Grow BNB pool. And we'll have more info on that. And then we have two more that we've already confirmed, and one of the two additionals is actually on a different chain. So that's really exciting. That the detonator contract will be cross chain, so we can implement that as well. So again, the idea is that we not only provide extreme value to these other protocols, because literally this detonator as a service style contract is able to provide amazing incentive for locked liquidity through participating in that contract, when a lot of these protocols don't have liquidity providing rewards. Typically, that's the only way you can incentivize LP providers. But when you do that, there's inflation. So, and again, inflation is not necessarily a bad thing, but it does make things a little more complicated from an economic standpoint. With a detonator as a service, that contract again incentivizes LP providers and gives you an amazing earning potential on top of it all. So it's really, really beneficial and powerful for other protocols. That's why it has value. And we, again, all the code is closed source, so nobody's able to copy it without licensing it to us, or from us, rather. And so, yeah, we're going to roll out a whole pitch deck for all of you to pitch to other protocols to get them involved with Detonator as a service. But then we're taking not only a licensing fee, which is paid in EMP and then literally burned, but we're also taking a percentage of all the deposits in that Partners Protocol LP. So again, it can be really, really powerful for both parties and a major revenue stream. I mean, just imagine in a year from now if we can get 100 other protocols again having their own version of Detonator on their platform. I mean, it could literally be $1 million a month in revenue. So we're gonna get there. It's gonna take time, but then again, the conversation about Peg and the health of the protocol will be irrelevant at that point, because our treasury. I mean, we can get to a point where the EMP is literally backed one to one with actual Ethereum. So that is the ultimate goal as well. And then not only are we fractionalized ETH through the LP pairing, but then we have again one-to-one assets that back it. Again, that's a little inefficient. That's the whole beauty of algorithmic tokens, is that you don't have to have a large amount of money on hand just sitting there. But again, if that's gonna give investors confidence, then we will definitely look into that. So, all right. And speaking of that, again, amazing revenue streams. There was a point I was going to make, and it just flew out of my head about a one-to-one backing. But anyway, all right. If I think about it, I'll bring it up again. But our Splinterlands training was today as well. That was about 2 hours of high-level overview. We went into depth on a lot of stuff. How to battle, rentals, how to get account set up. We did a major deep dive. So maybe we went a little bit long, maybe a little bit too long, but those that stuck around till the end, thank you for joining. Thank you for being there. Joe or Randy, anybody that was there, on the training. Was it helpful? Was it good? I'd love to hear your feedback.
Yeah, definitely. I felt very good, and I'm glad I did a little bit of exploring myself ahead of time because there is a lot to learn.
For
Um,
sure.
Looking at EMP the first time can be a little overwhelming with the different areas of the protocol, but this takes it on a whole new level because there's multiple currencies. I mean, the cards themselves, there's an endless amount of cards, even in the current collection, and there's so many strategies you can do from. I mean, playing alone, you can take a full year course on how to battle, and then the rental takes that passive income to a whole new level because it includes third party integration, and you went through all that. So yeah, definitely a good overview, but that leaves me craving for more, which I'm looking forward to because I think you'll do more. And
Yes.
yeah, I definitely want to get very active with it because this is a solution. People that have extra EMP. I mean, I don't want to go into whole reasons why not to sell EMP, but this alone is the very exact reason I can't get enough EMP into Splinterland because there's so much I want to do there to set up rentals. So this is an excellent way where I can be guilt free of using EMP as a utility to buy credits there, which allow me to buy cards, which allow me to buy upgrades to get better cards, they're called potions, and then get into those third parties where I can really utilize their bots and their technology to get the best rental rate. And the best part is to have it all automated. So I like spending time in things, and I will put as much time as I need to, knowing that once I set it up, it's going to run itself. And that's what this is. It allows you to set it up where you only need to go in every once in a while, count your money, maybe make a few tweaks, but let the system run itself and just have that income generating, which I think so many people are underestimating the power of that.
Yes, Joe, amazing point, and we definitely touched on it in the training. Those of you that missed it, will be uploading the training on our email page in order to sign up for future trainings, and then we'll also update our YouTube page in about 2 or 3 weeks with the actual training. After that, we just got to cut it up or get it on there. So anyway, it's very powerful. Again, I don't want people to be overwhelmed for the same reason, we did the Academy for EMP, because when you break it down bit by bit, it's not that hard. It's just a lot of info. So, again, what did I say? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So yeah, we got to just break it down. And so today was the high level overview, but we're hoping to do 20-minute videos every week through that training over the next few months. We have a bunch of special guests that will be there. Ballard, who's our coach, our EMP Splinterlands coach. He's a professional player. He was on. He had helped out today. Steve, R82, I think, right, Bull? I'm so bad with names, but his YouTube channel. He will be on too. He's another amazing Splinterlands player and advocate, and he'll do again a deep dive with us on rentals and everything else. So we dropped a lot of alpha in that. LA, are you there? I don't know. Again, I'm so
I am,
bad.
yeah.
All right, I know we this is I would like to probably post our card if you have it. Again, I'll give some
Yeah.
background.
Yep.
Those of you that were on the training, you got the first sneak peek. This is something, again, shout out to Addicts. When we first did our Splinterlands partnership, we came up with this. He did an awesome job making it. I just want to remind everybody this is not an official Splinterlands card, but it's just something fun for the community that we put together. And again, just hopefully you get excited. Maybe, who knows, one day maybe there will be this card, but we'll post it in our Telegram and our Discord. So yeah, I'll let you post.
Probably
Go ahead,
and
Billy.
probably for the best, like to keep it in our community and not post it all over social
Yes,
media. I don't
great
know what you
idea.
think.
Yep, absolutely,
Yeah.
LA. Yeah, don't tweet it out. Again, this was just something fun for us. And yeah, we hope you like it. So that was something we announced, and we announced a very, very special third-party website that helps you manage your rentals. Um, Again, I got to tease a little bit, so I'm not going to say it in the AMA, but if you go to our Discord and join the Splinterlands sub channel, we have again a Splinterlands sub channel with tutorials and a Splinterlands specific chat. Go over to that Discord channel and you'll be able to know about this special third-party rental, assistive website. So, like Joe said, there is a third-party system where you can set it up to automatically rent your cards at the maximum rate. So, Kirk, I know you're on. I think you did a deep dive. Again, don't say the name, but I think you're up and running with the system, right?
Yes, sir. I was not able to make the Splinterlands thing. I'll watch it later. So, but it's good to know that you didn't say it, because I was maybe going to say it, but so no, what I heard what you just said. But yes, I am doing it. I've been doing it now for 2 or 3 days, and it is as advertised. It isn't overly complex to set up, but it's not simple. There's a few things you have to do that, well, I should say that I'm not used to, because this is my first foray into Hive. So I was unclear about things like HP and all that kind of thing. So there are a few things that you have to set up that, if you're not familiar with Hive, take a few minutes, but it all translates pretty well to everything you normally do in the space anyway. You just have to sit there and think about it for a minute. But yeah, it does exactly what Joe was just talking about. It literally handles everything. I don't have any real interest at this point or time to play, but it seemed like a good idea for a revenue opportunity. And I also love to learn things, so I wanted to see how I could use EMP to get to this point. So and I did. I mean, I put in a bag of EMP, and that was all I used, and got to the point where I've got 475 cards out there, and they're renting, and I'm getting my DEC, and it's all pretty interesting.
Awesome,
So,
brother. I love it. So there you go, first-hand testimonial, and we'll continue to get more input as we go. Please utilize all the resources in that Discord channel. Again, Telegram is it's a lot easier to keep track in Discord than Telegram. But yeah, we have a professional player. We have a bunch of OGs in there to help you out, and they'll tell you the name of this special third-party website. And it's not free. It does cost, but you're able to earn between 2 and 3 times more on your rentals by having them min max or maximize your rental prices through that. So it's worth the extra money. Again, not financial advice. And then if you want to do it by hand, you can visit Peak Monsters. So peakmonsters.com is a great way to learn about all the cards and look at all the rental values. And you can also do all this in Splinterlands itself through the different tabs. But these third-party websites are very powerful and can bring it to the next level. So, all right, awesome. Well, again, we'll go more into that. While you're here, though, Kirk, you want to give any updates on the Academy? We're about 2 days in.
I do want to. We're doing great. Our numbers are currently, we've got 416 people now registered in the Academy going through, and we just about 20 minutes ago hit 100 people have gone all the way through and gotten their certificate.
Wow, amazing. 100 people in 2 days. That's amazing. Killer.
Yeah. So people are invested in it and really enjoying it. From the feedback I'm getting anyway. And so that's really great. Also, I don't know if you just have the immediate ability to show your website on screen, but if not, that's cool. Tomorrow, you haven't even seen this. Tomorrow, we will be ready to start the Detonator lottery ticket giveaway. And we've got a really cool, I was just showing it to LA a little bit earlier.
Yeah, no worries. I can't share right now, but
yeah,
yeah,
no
I know
worries.
you've been working on it. Yeah, totally. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll look at it offline, but everybody, just so you know, tomorrow we can do the first drawings. The way it works is the wheel pulls live from the database of the Academy and populates it with everybody that's added a wallet address. So if you haven't done that yet, you want to get over there and put your wallet address in, and of course you need to have your certificate so to be eligible to win. So those two things, and you're automatically entered on the wheel, and AJ will spin the wheel and give away those prizes starting tomorrow.
Perfect. Amazing, Kirk. Again, we give you a task and you get it done, man. Again, I know I sprung it on you a little bit, but yeah, that will be
No worries.
yeah, a way that we give back. Again, we've said it all along that we're trying to incentivize you the most we possibly can to take the Academy, because not only is it the best for you as an investor, but it's also the best for the protocol to know how to participate. And so, yes, as long as you finish your certificate and link your public wallet address, you'll be eligible for some ticket giveaways, free of charge. And who knows? I mean, how amazing would it be if one of the tickets that you got through this academy actually won the lottery? I mean, that would be essentially giving you $14,000 to take the academy for about 90 minutes of paying attention. I think that's pretty amazing. So we'll see if that plays out. But again, just any way that we can give back is killer. So we will be doing that live on stream on these AMAs, so it's fully transparent too. So all right, cool. We have a few more announcements, and then man, we're already almost out of time again. You would think out of these AMAs we'd run out of stuff to say, but so much at EMP is happening that we always need to discuss all the juicy alpha. So all right, tomorrow we'll be having hopefully have Danny from MDB Infinity on again on our AMA to further clarify how this is what MDB Infinity is, how it's going to roll out. We will have a more in-depth explanation and a tease of the whitelists. Again, we're offering whitelists to VIP, and we also will be giving some away through other incentives to all of our EMP community. We may require you to buy a node or fresh EMP somehow, but again, we'll release all that. We're still finalizing the details, but it's really important because typically with whitelists, you can get in at the absolute beginning of a protocol. You typically get the best, price, and again, it's very lucrative not only for you as the investor, but it's also great for MDB Infinity because we give those whitelists to people that are good actors in the ecosystem. So again, it's not a matter of flipping it for a short-term gain. When you double your investment, you sell and you're done. The idea is that you hold it for a while, and again, not financial advice, but you hold it for a while and see maybe you get even more out of it, 3, 4, 5x, who knows. So, and on top of all that, MDB Infinity will also be investing into our protocol. So MDB has already done some investments. I think they're in over $100,000 as it stands already. And they would again do that same model with MDB Infinity, where a portion of all the pre-sale goes to buying into EMP ETH LP. That will be very beneficial for PEG, and then they're able to use whatever they earn from eShare. Again, not hurting the ecosystem because they're good actors. They know, what they need to be doing, and then that profit will then be used to buy back and burn MDB Infinity. So it's a great way that other protocols are able to use our ecosystem in a very healthy manner that supports us and supports them. So really, really exciting stuff. So,
Hey,
yeah, go ahead, Ellie. Yep.
just for anyone who doesn't know, who wasn't on the previous AMAs, can you give us a little background on what Infinity is?
Yep, absolutely. So thank you. Again, please, by any means, always interrupt me and have me guide me to be better. It's been a long day. So yeah, MDB stands for Making DeFi Better. Their original name was Million Dollar Baby. But they have a very amazing ecosystem and ethos of exactly that, making DeFi better. So their founder and project lead, his name is Danny. They call him the Godfather in their community. And so yeah, they started with MDB, um, which is really just a token that is there's an in and out tax on the token, and uh, over time, those taxes help the price of the token go up indefinitely because every time there's a buy or sell, a portion of that is burned or added to the liquidity pool, and it helps it go up and up and up. So you can see on the chart that it is done exactly that. And so they also have another token called MDB Plus, which is a token that we actually partnered with. We'll have some updates on MDB Plus soon, but as of right now, it is a farm LP pool that you can get involved in on our platform. And MVB Plus is just a better version of BUSD, really, because it is BUSD. They are backed over collateralized. I think they have a 6-to-1, collateralization on BUSD. And again, the way the taxes work, it's literally impossible for the token to go down. So again, I mean, it can fluctuate up and down, but over time, it only goes up and to the right. So again, and I'd much rather have Danny. He'll do a much better job of explaining all this, but they are a trusted protocol. We've had major investment from both sides, and again, they're a great bunch of people. And so MDB Infinity is basically the original MDB token, um, but with even higher taxes. And what that means is that it could potentially be even more volatile. So again, you definitely have to have a high risk tolerance, but there could be a 30 or 40% swing on the price of MDB Infinity in one day, and they're fully transparent about that. It was designed that way. So, again, if you're a day trader, you may risk day trading it, but the idea is that if you hold it over a long period of time, that it would go up substantially through these taxes. So, all right, cool. Does that help, LA? Is that any better? Anything else you want me to
Yeah, for
elaborate?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then one more thing here, and then we'll get right into Detonator, or two more actually. So we did see in LA. I don't know. Can you maybe go into this part because you were the one that told me. So yeah, you want to explain? Go ahead.
Yeah, so we came across a Twitter post today from someone we didn't recognize, and I asked AJ if they were a partner of ours, and they're not. And it basically said that they're going to be airdropping all EMP holders their token. And just basically, this is a warning never to engage with random tokens that are airdropped into your wallet. So, especially from random people on Twitter that you've never heard of, because this is typically how scams are carried out. This is not necessarily saying that this particular group or organization is a scam, but we don't know, right? So it's better just to hide it in your wallet and not engage with it. And this is just an official announcement that any giveaways or partnerships that we do, we will always announce it on our AMAs and in our pinned posts. Just like AJ was just talking about MDB, we will always talk about our partnerships over and over and over again on all of our AMAs. So if you just see a random Twitter post from someone that you've never seen us mention before, most likely they're not a partner with us. And so please don't just fall for things that you see just because they're shiny objects or they seem exciting. Please always, always ask before clicking on a link or engaging with a random token that just magically appears in your wallet, because we just really don't want anyone to get scammed. And it's better to protect yourself and not click on a random token. It, even if there's a slim chance that it could not be a scam, who cares? You don't even know what it'll be worth, even if it's not, right? It's better just to protect yourself, hide it in your wallet, and pretend it's not there.
Yes, amazing, LA, and it's so true. I mean, the scams are getting more and more in depth, and even if it was like I said, had value or of a good intention, typically what happens is you go to sell these tokens, you approve that you are allowed to spend them, and what they do in the code is actually approve you to spend a different asset. So again, then they can drain all of your BNB or all of your BUSD. So never interact with a protocol that we don't talk about or endorse. If you do get a DM, it's 99% a scam. And God forbid, again, if you have questions and still don't think it's or you still think it's legit, please ask in the public chats, because again, we can try to save you that way as well. Just be super careful. But one protocol that is absolutely a partner is Growth DeFi. So Ghost, I don't know if you've made it back. Are you there? Can you hear me now or no? Oh, all right. Well, maybe not. He sent me a DM. He said he had it figured out, but maybe not. If he does, we'll do it right after detonator rollover. So Ghost, again, just unmute and let me know towards the end. Oh, there
Hello.
it is. Oh,
Yep.
all
Yep.
right. I think
I'm
we
here.
got him. All right, bro. Give me about.
Yep.
I just want to give you a heads up. So give me about 5 more minutes. We'll do the detonator rollover. I know you probably got a compound, man. So and then we
Yeah.
yeah, and then we'll do it right after, bro, if you don't mind. I
No
know.
worries.
Yeah,
No worries.
perfect. All right. And then Kirk, did you want to say something? Sorry, bro.
Yeah, just a super quick follow up to what LA was just saying about that other protocol and that kind of thing. This is another reason, and I had somebody email me about this earlier today. This is another reason why at the Academy we're asking for your public wallet, because it can't hurt you, but we then can communicate with you in a way that you can feel safe, because we know what that is, and so you can even rest more assured, that if you didn't hear from us about it and didn't get it through that. So it's just another reason I just wanted to follow up to, if you haven't put your wallet in there, please do, because the more we go forward, the more we're going to be able to do giveaways and things like that way, and you can just feel totally confident that you don't have to do anything. You are already participating.
Yes, great point, Kirk. And again, just to clarify, all of our wallet addresses are public information. So providing your actual wallet address really doesn't expose you to any potential security risk. But interacting with contracts or approving contracts or going to third-party websites, where they're asking for more than just, your actual just basic wallet address, that's where the potential scam or security risk can be. So again, and all of your data is all secure through our academy. We never sell it or share it or anything like that. So yeah, it's just simply for us to reward you for taking the academy and completing it. And this is only the beginning. We'll have a lot more.
And Kirk tucks that stuff in every night with bedtime stories, so it's safe and sound.
It is safe and sound. I love it. Right on, Bull. So, all right, everybody. Let me go ahead and pull up my desktop. One last thing, Bull. I know you mentioned it a little bit earlier, but we have another meeting. I won't be able to make it, unfortunately, but Bull will, with all of our Korean friends tonight.
I did send you an update on that. He was actually asking. I don't know if he's here now, but he was asking if he could rearrange that to Sunday night.
All right, even better. I might even be able to make it if we did it on Sunday. So, all right, no problem. Gosu TV, again, on YouTube. We've done multiple AMAs with them in the Korean markets. And again, we're always happy to go teach them about Detonator. Hopefully translate things to make it accessible to everybody. So, all right, cool. Then yeah, we'll rearrange that for Sunday.
Yeah, we're happy to grow anywhere.
Yeah, there you go, bro. Exactly. Yeah, good segue. So, All right, give me about 10 more minutes, Ghost, and then we'll end all about growth, DeFi, and all that. So real fast again, Detonator. We can kind of go over it a little more in depth today since we've been kind of skimming over this every AMA with all the stuff going on. But it is an ROI contract. So you know, a lot of people hear ROI contract. That stands for return on investment. And if you've been in DeFi a while, ROI, can be a little bit of an all-encompassing term, but we've really honed it down to be what we call the most sustainable ROI contract ever created. And so the idea is that again, you deposit LP tokens, half Ethereum, half EMP, and then that's then locked, and then you get a percentage of that every single day above and beyond your initial investment. So when we say 365% ROI, that means that you're able to get a 3.65% return on your investment over time. Now that doesn't mean APR, which means based on 1 year, which would be 1% a day. However, again, if you use the infinite money loop or any of the other strategies that we recommend, and you're able to earn your EMP rather than buying it, um, you could potentially get into Detonator at half price based on dollar value of the LP, and then you really are earning close to 1% a day doing it that way. Now, again, I know it can be a little bit complicated. If you're new here, we have an awesome video right here that explains what it is. And we have, again, all of our white papers and everything that explain. So that's what Detonator is as a high level overview. But then we have a bunch of other mechanisms in Detonator that encourage daily volume. So these sort of contracts really are most powerful with a high pool balance and a lot of daily volume. And typically in other ROI contracts, uh, none of that is able to be sustainable long term. However, what we've done is we've capitalized on, you know, human greed and other, sustainable mechanisms to continue to build the pool balance. So right now we're at about 112,000 LP, and that's about $5.1 million of locked liquidity alone. That doesn't even count the other liquidity that we have. We still have over, I think, last I looked, it was about 12 million in liquidity. So that's just a massive amount of liquidity. And liquidity is king. Again, a lot of other protocols can offer, 1,000,000% APR, 8% daily, like ridiculous returns. But they have no liquidity. So when you go to sell that, worthless token with no liquidity, you're only able to sell, $100 at a time if you're lucky. And so, again, with those sort of platforms, they're very, very misleading because no matter how high the APR is, if there is no liquidity, then you are not able to sell, and it's just numbers on a computer screen. Here at EMP, we are the exact opposite of that. Not only are you able to earn amazingly through these, again, detonator style contracts, but then if you do want to sell, which again, we always recommend hold your EMP, use it in Splinterlands, use it in the nodes, or use it to go back into detonator. But even if you needed to, or you wanted to exit the protocol, there's plenty of liquidity for that to happen, and it works the other way. If you want to enter into EMP, you're able to actually buy a large amount of EMP without making it more expensive on yourself. So that's very attractive to institutional investment and other large whales that want to support the protocol by having that deep liquidity. So, and then last but not least is our lottery mechanisms. Again, we call it a lottery, but really it's a random giveaway or a lossless lottery or a raffle, which Bull has deemed, the reactor raffle every day. So yeah, and that is a great way, again, to incentivize people to continue to add new capital or compound their capital. So, Bull, you want to talk about the lottery aspect and tickets and all that good stuff. Go ahead, Bull.
Sure, absolutely. So Detonator, it's really similar to Reactor, a couple differences, but in the Detonator, right, it's that 365 ROI contract that locks in the liquidity and protects it, and really, creates a protective moat around the ecosystem and builds confidence, right? And that's one of the very key important aspects of the Detonator and the Reactor for that matter too. But there are a lot of different mechanisms in here to support the sustainability, and we will see, daily bursts go up and down there with the changes with V2. There were some proposed fixes or upgrades that the community wanted, and so those were delivered. And so, but we will see like daily bursts go up and down based on deposits and compounds and claims, and none of that can be controlled because that's all done by the users. But the math and everything that was implemented was done to protect the sustainability and improve the daily burst, give the pool balance the ability to grow more rapidly, and reward the people for making larger deposits. And not only just rewarding larger depositors, but rewarding more people with more options, like the Win It Now, which is 2% of the pool balance. You deposit 2%. That will be matched. It's really the ultimate BOGO. You don't have to compete with anybody. So right now, I think that's around like $99,000, and sounds like a lot, but a lot of whales, that's in that wallet they forgot about. So the point is that if you're not a person that wants to compete with somebody in like a auction style event, the Win It Now is for you, because you click it, exactly what you're going to have to deposit. It deposits, you win, it gets matched, it gets put back in your balance, and life is good for you. Life is good for the contract, because part of that will go to the treasury to help bolster the ecosystem. So when we look at that, if you don't want to do that, you want to try your hand at, maybe skating by with a small deposit, you can try that too. But deposits are now cumulative, meaning that if you deposit once and somebody deposits more than you can add to your deposit, and the person who has the largest deposit at rollover is going to be rewarded, with a minimum of 300 LP, but up to a maximum of 3%. So if you deposit 3%, you're going to get 3%. If you deposit more than 3%, you're going to get 3%. But the point is that if you were a person who deposited that 3%, everybody would love you, because the instant rewards would be off the charts. 6% of your deposits would go to that. There's that 3% referral bonus. So somebody would probably absolutely love you. If your friend referred you to this and they got that 3% bonus, they would love you. But the point being is that with that, the ability, the largest depositor is going to determine how many random winners there are, and that's where tickets come in. There can be 50 tickets through deposit, 50 through compound. That's EMP, ETH, LP. And so you can deposit 7.5 LP, which will get you 50 tickets. You can compound 6 LP, and that will get you 50 tickets. Or if you have a smaller amount, you can compound in 0.12 LP amounts, or deposit 0.15 LP amounts to get one ticket, and one ticket is ultimately going to be the winner. Now, if there are multiple random lottery winners, then there are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 random lottery ticket winners. So, and that will be determined, like I said, by the largest depositor. So there are a lot of amazing things in here. The Detonator pool balance is extremely strong and healthy. We're seeing, a lot of interest, especially as AJ mentioned, from protocol to protocol investment in the Detonator, in the Reactor, because they know these are incredible products to help protect this ecosystem, but also as Detonator as a service to help grow those respective ecosystems.
Amazing, Bull. Yes, brother. Great overview. Again, we try to make it as simple and concise as we can, but there is a lot of mechanisms or levers, as we like to say, that make detonator style contracts so powerful. So, all right, we have about 1 minute left. Again, you want to make sure you compound more than you claim. Not only does that maximize your tickets, but it also helps you with the longevity of the contract, and you're actually able to ROI faster by compounding through the power of compound interest. If you get in and you claim every day, you actually dilute your pool share percentage or ownership of the overall pool balance. So again, that is just kind of high level strategy on how to maximize. So, and all this is gone over in depth in the academy. So, all right, here we go. About 30 seconds left. Again, good luck to everybody. Make sure you compound last minute. Get all those tickets. We look like we're in about 8,000 tickets, and we'll see who the winner is. About 100 LP for the snipe. We'll see if that holds up. Maybe a larger snipe coming in at the very last minute. We don't know. But they are the minimum is 300 LP to win. So we'll see. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Well, 100 LP take it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, 219. Right at the last minute. Right on. I think that might win it.
Good
Let's
snipe.
see.
That's a good snipe.
Man, that was an amazing snipe. That's 2 days in a row we've seen an awesome timing on the snipe. Again, you want to make sure you wait long enough that you're not going to be out sniped, but you don't want to wait too long because then your snipe will actually apply to the next day. So again, there's a very short window to maximize, but 2 days in a row now they've been killing it as far as the timing.
219 was, yep. 219 was the winner, and you can see that by clicking on the largest deposit or view largest deposits, or by just looking on the screen where it says winning deposit yesterday, and it'll show you the 219.69.
Perfect. Thank you, Bull. Yes, brother. Let me go down and get to that just so everybody knows. Again, view largest deposit. And all this is verifiable on chain, but again, I know a lot of you may not know how to read on chain data, so we just put it in this easy to read format that updates in real time. So you go to yesterday, and there you go. You can see the first 4 and the last 4, or the first 5 and the last 3 of the wallet address, the amount, and again, I mean, you know, the minimum we gave away for that was 300 LP, but with the last minute snipes, you know, that's way more than 300 LP that came in, and that's what makes Detonator truly sustainable and how we can give away such great prizes. So, all right.
And how is that random though? Like how does that get
Yes.
chosen?
All right, Bull. Again, I love the leading questions, man. So yes, we have announced our partnership with Chainlink. So I know a lot of you, and again, I mean, I say a lot, but there was chatter, you know, about oh the lottery's rigged, or you know, how do we prove it? Well, we are now using Chainlink VRF. They are the industry standard when it comes to true randomness. Again, they have different servers, and they take a lot of on-chain and off-chain data to provide true randomness. Again, it's what all the major protocols use, and we implemented it into Detonator. So again, you can look it up. It's called Chainlink VRF services, and it's the only way to actually give true randomness based on the call. So, and again, the contract has a lot going on. That's why it takes about a minute or at least 30 seconds at the end of every rollover for the data to update. It's because there's so much, again, on-chain and off-chain data being produced at that very last minute. So, and we will be having that partnership be public. Again, Chainlink is a massive company, and we have to fit into their timeline, not into our timeline. So that's why we released, again, Detonator VRF services before the official partnership, but that will be coming hopefully in the next few weeks. That we can again, and when that is released, everybody please make sure you share it because that will get us a lot of attention in the crypto space. So, all right, without further ado, Ghost, are you still there, brother? Maybe. I don't know if he's there. Is he there, Bull? If we unmute him, you may have to unmute.
I'm here.
Yep, I'm
all
here.
Right, there he is. Awesome, brother. So yeah, I'm gonna give you the floor again. Let me just give you a little bit of background. Ghost, are you the team lead, or what do you call yourself, Ghost? Just one of the moderators, or
I'm the CEO of Growth DeFi and HyperMine.
All right, awesome, bro. So that's what I thought. I just didn't want to say something I wasn't supposed to. So, all right, yeah. Ghost is the CEO. We've had an awesome relationship over the last few months. Again, for those of you that don't know, they made a substantial investment into Detonator with the HyperMine protocol. And again, this is just the next step in our partnership together. Ghost, I want to say thank you for all the support. Not only have you put your money where your mouth is, so to speak, but you also have been utilizing the platform to earn for your platform in a sustainable manner. Again, we're all here to win together. As long as we're not, getting in and claiming every single day, this contract could really last for what we hope is, indefinitely. And we've seen it time and time again with just straight healthy, balanced growth, or at least plateauing over the last 7 months. So, yeah, Ghost, I want to give you time to talk about perps and experps and the growth DeFi ecosystem, maybe a little bit on HyperMine. So, yeah, man, the floor is yours, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say, we're investing in you guys, and we have your interests in mind too. We want to see you guys succeed as much as we want to see ourselves succeed.
100%.
So, we're not dumping your tokens just because we're earning. We're putting those right back in, putting them back in Magic, compounding, claiming, doing all of that. We're interested in building for the long term for ourselves and also supporting you. You guys are supporting us, and giving us more eyeballs. Obviously, you guys have a larger platform right now than we do. We're kind of we have a smaller footprint, if you will. But we have some really interesting tokenomics, and a lot of people are starting to see that, and we have some really good ideas that we're implementing and bringing forth. We're basically, I guess, a hodgepodge, if you will, of all sorts of different, tokenomics that we've used in the past and we've seen used elsewhere. We've actually begun implementing a lot of your tokenomics into our ecosystem. You've probably noticed.
For sure.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
What they say, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But you've done it right, bro. I mean, all these other protocols, want to copy and paste, and they act like they don't even know who we are. But you've been upfront and honest with me from day one, man, and we've been trying to work together on all this. So yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no worries at all. But yeah, that's our intention. We have really good intentions. We've been around since 2019, building projects, platforms. We started on IOST, went over to ETH, then launched on BSC, AVAX, and Phantom with Grow, our basically flagship token, now XGrow. But we're consolidating back to BSC, kind of to our roots, if you will, and moving everything back there, and really with HyperMine, we're really getting back to our literal original roots, because we started with a platform called PowerMine on IOST. And it was a community-funded investment group, if you will, or crypto hedge fund, where we sold tokens and we created a bankroll, and then we just went out and took positions in all sorts of different coins and platforms and investments, and even online casinos, and all sorts of things that created revenue, and we paid that back to our holders daily, and that was our bread and butter. It was very, very successful. We sold all the tokens. It only had 20,000 tokens originally, and we sold them all. Then did a token swap over to Ethereum, to our Grow token. Most people 20 or 30x'd from our original platform. And it's, very beloved today. So we're getting back to our roots. We've got a nice, strong bankroll right now. Obviously, you're aware that we've got a significant investment in EMP.Money. and now the detonator, now the reactor. We're looking to expand that as much as possible. We really like what you're doing. We've looked at everything, and just the energy in the community and what you have going is very unique and special. And we definitely recognize that. And so, we're looking to step up our investment going forward. And,
For sure.
that's
Yeah,
really
awesome,
it.
brother. Yeah, no doubt. Well, and again, the feeling is mutual. From all of our research and all of our time together, we think that you are here for the right reasons. And again, it's been 3 year actions. I mean, I know even yesterday, I think you guys did the win it now on Reactor. So yeah, there's a lot in the works. And again, you'll be our second official partner with the Detonator as a service. So this could be another amazing way, again, to just continue our relationship moving forward. So I guess before we get too late here, can you just go into what Perps is and how the EMP community can get involved with you guys now? Whether again they should maybe focus on preps or grow or what? Again, go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot going on right now. So Perps is our perpetual futures platform. It is a fork of synthetics from Ethereum and Arbitrum. And basically, you had Apollo X who launched recently on BSC. Perps is a step way above that with the implementations and everything and how it works, the no slippage trades, even into the millions. It's going to be a huge thing once people realize that that's possible. The massive whales, there are some on BSC for sure. I mean, obviously there's more whales on Ethereum and some of those networks, but there is a lot of money over here. But you can trade gold, you can trade stocks, crypto, BTC, ETH, all different types of commodities, back and forth, take leverage, you can do a lot of things with Perps. So Perps is kind of a standalone platform. But what we decided was, okay, so Perps has a counterparty pool, which is basically the backing of the platform. So we said, okay, well, why don't we create a yield farm and allow people to farm with the counterparty pool tokens that make up the backing of the actual futures platform? Okay, so that's what we did. And originally it was just going to be a couple of tokens, but we started going overboard, and now it's 13 tokens. So it's a full-fledged yield farm attached to this thing. And obviously, since we're looking at collaboration with you and partnership and everything, we said, okay, let's add some further use case for the Magic EMP ETH and Magic eShares BNB that people already have farming or essentially in the vaults of Magic. Okay, they can now take those and get further yield with XPerps. So that's going on. We're going to have the one token, which is all the LPs from the farm, all 10 wrapped into one token essentially. So you have an interface where you go and you can wrap and unwrap those LPs into one token. You can further farm with that token also on the farm for even more yield. And so there's a lot going on, and we're implementing a lot of the tokenomics, some of the tokenomics from EMP, which is the detonator style divs. Okay, so it starts at 24 hours the first week. The second week it goes to 18 hours, where you have epochs, if you will, 18-hour epochs to claim, and then the divs essentially detonate at the end of the epoch. Every week it decays 4 hours. So by the end of 6 weeks, you're down to 6-hour epochs. So the idea is to create a farm that's really deflationary over time. And 60% of those unclaimed divs are burned every day. And another 40% are sent to another quote unquote ROI contract or VDC, virtual deposit contract, whereby stakers there can take part in a lot of those missed divs as well. So there's all sorts of interconnectedness and layers and levers, if you will, that we're adding into everything, where it all just kind of works together. And
Yes.
and so
Yeah, brother.
yeah.
Again, you guys really get it. I mean, there's some advanced tokenomics here, but really
Yeah.
powerful tokenomics. So again, just and we'll do a whole video on this once it's live. But to recap on one thing that Ghost said. So what they're offering is a way to earn on your Magic LP token. So when you create EMP ETH LP or eShare BNB LP, you can then deposit it into the Magic Auto Vaults, which again we've always recommended. Magic is our preferred partner. It's very powerful because it will automatically sell any of your divs through eShare and continue to build your LP positions. And on top of all that, you save all the gas fees because it does it for you, and it's completely in the background where you don't have to do it yourself. It's literally set it and forget it. Well, when you deposit into Magic, you get what they call receipt tokens. So this is another token that signifies your deposit into Magic, and so now you're able to stake those receipt tokens into this protocol, and now not only are you still earning because that whole auto compounding is still happening on Magic no matter what, but now you're actually able to earn on top of that as well, again through the yield farm on Xperps. So yeah, again, it's so powerful, and that alone is an awesome mechanism, and it's even something you guys beat us to the punch a little bit, because that is something that we're considering implementing into the EMP base protocol as well. But it's really beautiful. It's a beautiful setup to where, again, not only is it super healthy for the protocol, but it's very healthy, for the whole ecosystem, both inside and outside of EMP. So yeah, awesome stuff, brother. All right, any other last minute things you want to say, or again, if somebody is interested, what would be the best way? I know you guys are really active on Telegram, so yeah, go ahead, Ghost.
I think for somebody just starting out right now, to be honest, start building a position in XGrow, which is essentially our flagship token. Because as we've announced the last few days, we're going to be having the detonator as a service for XGrow BNB. So right now, XGrow is what, $6-7, something like that.
For sure.
It's probably not gonna stay at that price. So over the next month and a half or so, as we start to implement that, you're really going to see that value tick up. And we just launched the Grow VDCs today, and that locked up upwards of 40,000 Grow. And Grow is a very deflationary token. It only has 500,000 total supply ever from now on, and it's got burning mechanisms everywhere. Every one of these VDCs has burning mechanisms, deposit, withdrawal, you name it, it's all in there. So Grow is a good one, XGrow. Another good thing to do is on the 14th, which is obviously 7 days away, 6 days away, we're launching Perps, Xperps. You have a full-fledged yield farm where you can farm and earn Xperps. So start farming there, earning Xperps, deposit that into the Xperps VDC or the Grow VDC, and you can earn Grow and Xperps that way as well. And also profits from Perps itself, from the deposit and withdrawal fees, profits of that go right back and get paid out to holders or stakers in the Grow VDC. So we're sharing those profits that the futures platform makes with those stakers according to their share. So yeah, there's a ton of ways to profit here, but yeah, I would definitely get some XGrow and probably start farming on the farm when it launches next week.
Yep, there you go, brother. Again, not financial advice, but yeah, I think that's a pretty good plan. And again, I mean, you are doing like a sacrifice phase for Xperps too, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Every sacrifice into Xperps right now automatically stakes into the Xperps VDCs. So you have a choice of which one to go into. One's more aggressive, obviously with higher in and out fees, but it pays a lot more as well. It's drip pool. And it's more volatile. We call it literally volatile because it's a lot more volatile. You might have somebody come in one day and, next week they leave, and they maybe not ROI, but they made everyone else make a lot of divs because of it. So you have a lot of different moves, the different plays that people are making, and it causes those kind of platforms to be very profitable for someone who's a longer term holder and is patient over time.
Totally. Yep. And again, that fits our model as well. Every AMA we say, the crypto in general, you have to have that long term, mindset and time horizon, but especially in these sort of tokens that have taxes associated with them. Again, I mean, taxes are not necessarily a bad thing, especially if they go to help, further the growth of that token. And so, yeah, I mean, really, again, if you have a long-term time horizon, chances are over time you're going to be able to win. So, yeah, all right,
I think it's,
go ahead,
just to chime in a little bit on that. It's important to realize like those terms that have those negative connotations attached to it, like inflation or taxes, and because we've seen, that, be misused, abused, however you want to label it, like in the financial world and the political world. But when we look at being owners of the ecosystem, we want to focus on sustainable growth. And one of the ways to accomplish that is here we use inflation to mint new EMP. Ghost is saying, they have some taxes to, bolster their system and to make it utilized and functional and sustainable with the application of those taxes. So inflation and taxes aren't a bad thing. It's how those things are used. They're just tool sets to be able to be used for good or for bad. And if we look at that sustainable model and that we're all owners, like we should want to do things that encourage the growth of the ecosystem, because we are owners of those ecosystems, and if you have reward mechanisms to pay back investors, or if you have different mechanisms to reward them through price appreciation, or through lotteries or dividends or whatever it might be, using those tool sets that are available to us, those things have to be, it has to be really kind of explained, that because a lot of those words do have like that negative connotation attached to them. And so it's important for everybody that listens and everybody that encounters that not to like recoil in disgust when they hear the word taxes, right? Because if taxes are something that go to support the ecosystem, radically different than if they go to support or line the pockets of a few people.
Sure.
And I think one of the big models in sustainability especially in DeFi, is the application of taxes, the application of inflation, and a couple other tool sets to really help ecosystems. But along with that, obviously goes that idea of education, of letting people know that what those really mean in relation and in context, in that particular token, in that token ecosystem, or across all those platforms, what it really means. And I think that that's really going to be accomplished here, and with the partnership with the Detonator as a service. And I messaged you some names, Ghost, by the way. But the point here is that instead of having that knee-jerk reaction to those things, we have to look at always do that deep dive to see where that idea is really rooted in, and does it benefit that particular ecosystem or token. And I'm quite certain in your ecosystem, those taxes go to bolster the ecosystem and sustainable growth and attracting new people, just the same as we use inflation here and taxes within the detonator or the reactor as well. So
Totally. Yep. Awesome, Bull. Again, Ghost, happy to have you on, brother. We can definitely do some future AMAs. I know, just like EMP, it can be a little overwhelming to get in. Again, please read all the documentation about all their different systems with perps and grow. And then we will be launching again a detonator as a service. We have to come up with an awesome name for you guys. I know Bull's been brainstorming, but that will be hopefully live by the end of the month. And again, in line with their launch of the yield farm within their ecosystem. So, all right, Ghost, awesome, man. Any other last minute comments or anything you want to say? And then I'd love to have you back on before the yield farm goes live, and then obviously before our detonator partnership too. So
No, nothing else. Yeah, I'm just really happy to have, be working with you guys, and we're so excited for the future and for everything that lies ahead. And yeah, that's really it. If you guys want to get together sometime and get deeper into some of the tokenomics, we can. It would probably take a while, so
Yeah,
we
man, no
probably can't
doubt.
cover it all
Yeah,
here. So
yeah,
yeah,
no,
but
we can
yeah,
definitely work that out. If the community, if you guys, again, anybody in EMP, let us know if you want us to do a deep dive. We can do a whole separate AMA on that. We can really get into the token economics, or again, just do some more, do what is it? Do your own research. They have a great documentation. And yeah, that's what one last thing goes. So if they do have questions. I know you're most engaged on Telegram, I think, right? Is that?
just have them pop into Hypermind Telegram chat or Growth DeFi main chat, and I'll be
Perfect.
happy to answer anyone's questions. Yep.
All right,
So
awesome, brother. Well, there you have it. Again, thanks for the continued support, and let's grow both EMP and Perps and grow and all your tokens for the next bull run, man. That's it. We're building right now in the bear market to really gain in the bull market. So again, happy to have you, bro.
absolutely, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, there you have it, everyone. So, all right, there is our official announcement on our partnership. Again, happy to go into that further. Please do your own research. But again, they have a lot of awesome stuff going on, and this derivatives market and everything they have going with perps is super bullish. And again, everything's built with the original token grow or X grow now. So yep, check all that out. And all right, I'm gonna pull up my desktop. I know we went a little bit late here, but was there any last minute questions or anything, Bull or LA, before we wrap it up?
Not on my end.
All right, awesome. Well, it's been a really long day. So if there was a question that we didn't get to, please ask it tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow. Typically on Fridays, have the day off, but we have another AMA tomorrow with MDB. Again, we're trying to align ourselves, with all the projects in the DeFi space that are actually delivering. And we see that with MDB Hydro Rails, obviously, Grow DeFi, all the ones that we've officially endorsed, we've done our due diligence on and feel like it could be great. Again, I have to say this just as a disclaimer, we never recommend liquidating your positions in EMP to go into any of the partner programs. However, if there are other protocols that are not delivering for you, or again, maybe you have some fresh capital that you can bring in. I know times are tough for everybody, but you have to remember, and again, this isn't financial advice. Nothing I say is financial advice, but the most money is made during times like these, where everything is on the floor. Again, overall market sentiment is really bearish and doom and gloom. Again, not only in crypto, but in the world economies as well. And that's when you want to be buying. I know that's the hardest time to buy, but that's where true wealth is made. So, and again, my heart goes out to, I meant to say this at the top of the video, but my heart goes out to all of our, wonderful people across the pond. I know Queen Elizabeth passed away today, so my thoughts are with all you. Long live the Queen. So, all right, we will continue all this again tomorrow. And again, happy to have all of you here. We'll have even more updates and alpha as we finish out the week tomorrow. So, all right, good night, good day. I will see you tomorrow on Friday. So, all right, bye bye.